Hey you guys, Dangerous Thing here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another episode of Clash Royale. And as you guys know, the other day I won a magical chest while battling, and let's go ahead and open it up. So basically I opened it up last night. I did not spend any diamonds to open it, so I ended up opening it pretty late at night and I did not want to hop on and do a recording. So this is me showing you what happened last night. I am not going to pretend that I am opening this as we speak because that is not accurate. This is a recording from last night. And look at that, you guys. I got wizards last night and I also got an extra crossbow, which is amazing because I really wanted to try out a crossbow, especially since the adjustments have happened and a bunch of things have been nerfed. So let's go ahead and upgrade a few things. I got a little bit of cash here. I don't have a whole lot of gold, as you guys see. And I just went ahead and basically upgraded a few of my cards. As you can see, wizard was one of them. Now my wizard is level 3, and even though I am not a huge fan of him and I don't use him too often, I thought it's worth the upgrade. And of course, I also upgraded the crossbow last night to level 2. So now it's got a little bit over 1,000 hit points. And basically, I'm going to go ahead and see how it's going to work out for me. So I jumped in and did a few battles last night while, not doing the live voiceover because I was too tired. So what I did is I changed my deck just a little bit. I know a few of you guys have been asking to swap my deck because you've been getting super bored with my regular deck, so I went ahead and did what you asked for. And basically I threw in a crossbow instead of the witch, and it's a huge change for me because I love me my witch. So actually it worked out for me pretty well. So let's go ahead and see how this went down, and I'm not gonna spoil this for you. I may have gotten a 1 crown, a 2 crown, or a 3 crown, you just never know. So I went ahead and started with deploying the crossbow on the right hand side, and whereas typically I don't want to reveal that I have a crossbow until a little bit later in the game, I actually went ahead and did that from the very beginning, and look at that, it totally helped me with taking out the witch on the left hand side. And unfortunately it didn't last all too long, but it did cause quite a bit of a damage to the arena tower on the right hand side, just a little bit under 500 in damage to the tower. And basically from here on I just went ahead and deployed my troops as as it made more sense to deploy things ahead of the crossbow, because it takes a few seconds to deploy, and then I would go ahead and deploy things with it so they could be there to possibly protect, I suppose, my little crossbow. Just like this right here, as you can see, I deployed the goblins with the musketeer, and it definitely was a huge help. So here is my awesome crossbow just hitting up the arena tower, and of course I gotta keep it protected because whilst it does a ton of damage, it does take a little bit, I guess, to re-gauge. And look at that, you guys, 1 crown super early on into the game, and I am thrilled. So as you guys know, the way that the crown tower works is that it only becomes effective after one of your towers have been taken down. So if you just saw a few seconds ago, the crown tower, the king took out his mortar and now he is in business. So I am going to go ahead and push for the victory, you guys. I am not going to get Caston from Weagle any closer to my arena than I possibly need him to. And at 2 times the elixir, it is time to deploy my baby, and the crossbow is out. And look at that. That was actually pretty fortuitous because I deployed the crossbow on the left hand side right after he deployed his witch on the right. So that definitely helped me out a big time. And here we go, just working at the left arena tower, and his nasty minions took out my crossbow, but it's okay. I still got time and I'm still going to push for it, you guys. 30 seconds left and I gotta get going. He throws his goblin barrel, but it isn't going to do anything to my arena tower because that's goblin barrel. It doesn't really do much. I'm gonna deploy my minions over here and they take out the skeleton army, and he deploys his prince, but with just 8 seconds left, the prince is not going to be an issue, and down it goes, you guys. 1 crown on the first deployment of the freshly nerfed crossbow. So I feel like it was a pretty good attack. I was overall pretty thrilled, and I went ahead and hopped off. I had a bunch of chest slots available, and then I basically opened them throughout the day, and I continued to play after I woke up, because I played last night. So I'm gonna show you a cute little replay of me playing against Mighty Midget. And quick fact about me, I think I am kind of afraid of midgets, and I think it is probably because of horrible TV show that I watched when I was a child. And I know it is completely unfair, but it's like a huge fear of mine, and I don't know why, but I think it probably has to do with this TV show that I watched when I was younger that was called Twin Peaks. If any of you guys are old enough to remember the TV show, you will know exactly what I'm talking about, but it was just really super scary. And yeah, I don't know, it's just kind of a thing that has been embedded in my head, and I don't know what to do with it because it's completely irrational and super stupid. Yeah, but basically here we are, and this is one of my favorite attacks, or favorite fights, I guess, from the last 24 hours. The reason it is one of my favorite fights is that it was a very tight battle for me. You know, this was just like coming down to who is going to hold the ground longest, who has the better deck, who has the better strategy. And I made a few mistakes here that I think could have definitely helped me out. So like right here, I deployed my crossbow in the place of where my arena tower used to be, and it was just not a good decision. If I deployed the crossbow on the right hand side, right by the arena tower of my opponent that has 271 hit points left, I would have gotten 1 crown down by now, and then I could have went ahead and pushed the frontier from the right. But this just goes to show you that a tiny little mistake in the game can really cost you the victory. And even though I did not lose here, and this ended up being a draw, I ended up losing, I guess, in a sense, because I didn't really, you know, I could have won, but instead it was just a draw. I didn't lose any trophies, but I also did not win any trophies. And here I am, I got my first crown, and from there on, it is just holding my ground. And once again, I make a mistake here. I should have used the freeze spell and frozen the crown tower, so my troops could have pushed forward, but I didn't. And I feel like I've made quite a few mistakes here. But once again, just ended up being a draw. It was just a very good battle. It was a very good battle against my opponent from the BBN clan. And actually, I love the battles where, you know, you are going neck and neck, neck to neck, neck and neck. I don't know what's the proper way to say it in English. And you end up really having so much respect for your opponent because, you know, like, you are so tired of this game and you just want to get your victory, you know, and you just don't give up. You keep pushing for it, you know. And I feel like I definitely had an advantage over my opponent over here for quite some time, but I just couldn't, you know, I couldn't get enough elixir. I didn't have enough elixir in time, and he had a really good deck. He had a baby dragon, he had a hog rider, he had prince, and he had you know, his barbarians. He had a freeze spell, which obviously freeze spell is one of my favorites, and if you saw it a few times, he used it against me. Like right here, he just froze my giant, and that definitely, you know, cramped my style just a little bit. So he had a really good deck. We both had good decks. I made a few mistakes, he made a few mistakes, but overall, this was just a really good battle. And right here towards the end, I am definitely pushing towards his tower, and I just didn't have enough time. So that's how it ends up being a draw. And if I had a few more seconds, I definitely would have won. Look at that. I had so much more manpower on his side of the arena than he did on mine. I definitely was pushing for it, but that was just a few awesome attacks, you guys. Few awesome gameplays from the last couple of hours, I guess. It's only been 24 hours since I recorded the beginning of this video, and now until today. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little episode. I am going to continue to do more attacks with the crossbow, even though it got nerfed, and hopefully it can still be a really good card. Like, I have no doubt that it could be a good card if you have good strategy. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Don't forget to check in for a Boom Beach video because Mega Crab is coming back, and I can't wait to bring you some Mega Crabalicious content, you guys. Until then, Dangerous Thing is out.